Welcome back, guys, with another video. And today we're just gonna give Michael C. Hall a final score. And I'm making this video only because I've seen a lot of misconceptions with the harmony and the overall score. Okay, and I just want to make clear that your harmony score is just probably about 35% of your final score, okay, or around there, for just giving you an impression, okay, of how much harmony matters. So someone can have really high facial harmony, can has really high facial harmony, but low misc, dimorphism, and angularity, and his final score won't really be similar to his harmony. Harmony is just an indicator, is your base, is probably the most important thing for your face, but isn't everything, okay? So today I'm just gonna going through it pretty quickly at his dimorphism, angularity, and misc. And I apologize for not posting video really often, but yeah, I'm pretty busy in this period. So let's start. First thing first, we just have to take in mind that Dexter got around a 78% facial harmony, and I'm gonna explain why this harmony was probably higher than his harmony taken in the past. That was about say 68 to 70% around there, and I'm gonna explain this in another video. So let's start maybe with his strongest point, so his dimorphism. Okay, and dimorphism is assessing how masculine or feminine your face is. And for a male, we of course want the masculine end. So we're gonna look at the ratios, because of course harmony is your base. Like a tall upper third is gonna be feminine looking, okay, while other ratios as closed eyes are probably gonna look more masculine, okay, or overly wide nose, okay. And another big component about dimorphism is your facial bone mass. So your angularity, cheekbones prominence, chin prominence, jaw, jaw strengthness and visibility, brow bone. I mean, all these components are together in dimorphism, but we're gonna also taking a look at misc, at some components as in misc, because you know that probably longer, denser, darker, and lower set eyebrows are way more masculine, and of course the darkness, the thickness, and the length of your eyebrows can't really be measured by harmony, so we find this in misc. His dimorphism is probably about an 8 to 8.2. Okay, I got his dimorphism around there, and making clear that probably his dimorphism from the point of view of his harmony is probably around a 9. Okay, because he doesn't really have anything feminine in his face, only the top third and the short nose, and that's pretty it. I mean, from the harmony point of view, he doesn't really have anything feminine. Probably his score is around an 8, or at least I got his score around there. Okay. Mainly because looking at his features, he's scoring about a 7 to 7.2. Okay. And this is mainly because his eyebrows could be longer, thicker, and darker. Also, we can just say that also his chin shape is a bit rounded, and this isn't really masculine at all. You want a squared, strong, and wide chin shape, and also his overall facial bone mass isn't really that crazy. We can just take a look at his zygotes. They should be pretty more prominent. Also from there, maybe something more like that. Okay. And also the facial strongness. We can see he doesn't really have crazy hollow cheeks or crazy facial angularity in general, and all these components are lowering his dimorphism score at a 7. Okay, so his dimorphism is still really high at around 8, as I said before, and this is really rare, especially these days where you see a lot of pretty boys or feminine guys, and this guy has probably a lot of appeal, especially around your 25 years old to 30 years old, where girls are getting way more interested at masculine men's and masculine features. As you probably, if you are a guy, you probably don't really want a masculine girl with a really too prominent chin or too wide jaw. You can kind of see it also in this way. Okay, so we're gonna also get into this angularity score, and I got this angularity at a 6 to 6.25. Another picture that I want to show to you is this one, for just getting the idea of this strong contour of his profile, and you don't really see this every day. Of course, this isn't really a good pic. This is a bit frauded, we can say that, because the lighting is making his facial bone mass way stronger, and also his head tilt is unideal. But for making you clear that his facial bone mass, especially in this part of his face, is really well developed. Now we're getting back to his front profile, and we're gonna take a look at his misc or miscellaneous features. And this is, to be honest, his worst categories, because I got his misc at a 5 to 5.1 at best in this range, and you probably already know that because his ears are a bit flared. I wanna just make this clear. I don't really see this point in facial Q labs of penalizing 3 times someone for having flared ears, or also 2 times only in in the harmony score. I think that this is was more precise just before, where years were just counted in miscellaneous features. But you know, Face IQ Labs is still really accurate. And if you want a facial analysis with Face IQ Labs, you can just click the link down below. So his ears are a bit flared, as I said before. Also, his hairline is pretty bad, around Norwood 3 to Norwood 2 in his prime. And also, his eyebrows should be pretty closer set, longer around there. Could have also a better shape from this point of view. As you can see, they are curving about there, and this is a bit missing in this part of the eyebrows. But especially I want to make clear that his eyebrows should be darker and probably also denser, especially in this part of his face, okay, of his eyebrows, sorry. Also, his nose shape isn't the best, as you probably already know. And also he has thin lips, which is a bit of a flaw in the missed categories. His chin shape is again rounded. His chin shape isn't really narrow, okay? It's just like rounded, but for making clear, I didn't deduct him for having a narrow chin, because he has a pretty wide chin, okay. I just deducted him in angularity, dimorphism, and misc for having this narrow chin, okay. Then as you probably already know, he's an actor, so he's constantly making facial expression, so his skin, sorry, aged pretty bad. As you can see there, he has some wrinkles. His under eye isn't that great, okay. And also there, you know, his skin texture isn't really good. As you can see also there, this is a sign. He has some signs of bad cure of acne. So it's pretty important for you to cure your acne for don't having scars in the future, okay? Because your skin texture is probably the most important feature that you can have, okay? And it's really important that it is clear, and that it has a nice tone, okay? Which Michael Hall pretty has. Also, his contrast isn't really that crazy. It's a good contrast, but nothing too crazy. Would be better if his eyebrows were stronger and darker. Other things to say are probably the slightly dark circles, but this is really mild. It's like a tier 2.5. Okay. Especially seeing other pictures of him, he just have a bit of missing fat under his eyes. So we say that his dimorphism was an 8 to 8.1. His angularity was around a 6 to, sorry, here was probably 50, to 6.25, depending also by his age, because his angularity went pretty off during his aging process. And from his misc, I got a 5 to 5.1. And just for reminding you, his harmony was about a 7.8. So taking all this in mind, his overall score is about a 6.8 out of 10, which is pretty fair in my opinion. This is what I kinda see for him, because he doesn't really look like a 6.5, something like Timothy Chalamet or guys like that, but he doesn't nearly look like a 7. Someone like Lorenzo Zurzullo is a really good low 7 or low childlight. So 6.8 is pretty fair from him, and of course out of 10. And this is probably high high HTN on my scale, or HTN. So top 3% face. So a pretty good looking actor, a pretty rare face, and a pretty good looking guy with some strength and some weakness. And this is everything, guys, for this analysis. Um, Again, if you want a official report for your harmony score that tells also what you can improve, you can just click the link down below. Have a good day. Peace.